There's been some notable absences on public scene from Xi Jinping recently.
Secondly, he's weakened Xi. Xi Jinping has been very bad for markets.
I think that Xi Jinping has lost a substantial amount of influence. Big cast of characters of Xi Jinping loyalists who are no longer operating. And that to me says that Xi has lost control of the military.
Well, call me crazy, but you guys might actually be witnessing the fall of China. And there are currently rumors swirling around that China, there is a coup. And I know some people might be saying, oh, bravo, it's not that big of a deal. The dude hasn't been seen for over half a month. It's like he signs the trade deal and then, where'd he go? Oh, and by the way, the government does think that you're a total idiot. And I am the crazy one over here. Oh, and for you normies out there that would, maybe you're starting to figure things out, like, it isn't what they tell you. The reason the FBI wouldn't let the Epstein client list come out in court is because if they did, their blackmail would no longer be useful. And the CIA would lose their control over the powerful people they just spent decades setting up. Thank you, Julian. And here's what the article reads. FBI concludes Jeffrey Epstein had no clients. I mean, just reading this, didn't blackmail anyone and definitely killed himself. I would have to say, doing this channel for 6 years, stories like this, because I'm so cynical, because I'm not stupid. I know how things work. And I would say pre-vid, isn't it? Now everything in life is like COVID, before and after. Before COVID, I was like, oh, crazy tinfoil hat. Now everyone's like, obviously. Now I can say things that would normally sound totally wild. But you guys are like, yeah, that's probably the case. Like what just happened in Texas? I'm like, yeah, it was cloud seeding. It's them. It's their fault. You cloud seed, all of a sudden, oh, flash flood. I'm like, hey, yo, if you don't want things like this to happen, maybe stop trying to be God. Now with the Epstein list, and I'll jump to China because I think this is like a World War III thing. But in regards to the list and Epstein, we know what the truth is. So they could say, oh, there was no list, there was no videos, there's nothing, even though they originally came out and they're like, oh my gosh, we have a plethora. I've seen it. Now they're like, wait, where'd I put that? Like it's Men in Black where they hold, here, look at, oh, yep. You don't know anything now, normie. Now, let's come around to, or go towards China. I think this is a big deal. And if you are a stock trader, the word instability, a possible World War III. This article says World War III will start with simultaneous Xi and Putin invasion, taking the globe to the brink of Armageddon, warns NATO chief Mark. And I say, I don't know, maybe, but I can tell you, the dude's been missing for half a month. There's some instability, and I'm pretty sure that him saying, okay, all that money we were stealing from America, we'll let that one go. What tariffs would you like me to sign? Now this shows, bend the knee. And I can guarantee you the Chinese leaders, other than Xi, no bend knee. Also, Xi no show up anymore. Look at this. Xi surprise, no show at BRICS. He's been, 12 years? Fuels speculation about China's global standing. The China officials are like, oh no, it's just a scheduling conflict. Oh, okay, what's he's had on the schedule for the last half a month? I'm kind of curious with Xi stepping down, doubt it, or what is happening in China. In the comment section, what? Again, I read every single one of them. I give you little hearts. I'm like, all right, I'll think about that. But over the last 2 weeks, I'm like, where's Xi? What's going on? Not reported anywhere. And now, mornings with Maria. I guess I'm not the only crazy one.
Vice President Xi Jinping was a no-show at this year's BRICS summit in Brazil. Beijing's official explanation coming down to a scheduling conflict. Xi's meeting with Brazil's president happened earlier this year. Now, this two-day summit that's happening in Rio de Janeiro, that's got diplomats from Brazil, Russia, China, India, South Africa, Egypt, Iran, and more. Vladimir Putin made a speech via video call, both Russia and China keeping their distance from Iran after, of course, that recent conflict with U.S. And Israel forces. But other leaders at the summit came out and condemned attacks on Iran, and they came out against the tariffs. President Trump seeming to respond on Truth Social, any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of BRICS are going to be charged an additional 10% tariff. no exceptions to this policy. Let's bring in Gatestone Institute senior fellow Gordon Chang. Gordon, you say that you suspect something deeper is behind his absence. And I want to add here, Maria has reported, her sources have told her that Xi Jinping suffered a stroke at some point. Tell us more.
Which honestly, you guys, stroke's a big deal. It's like, oh yeah, heart attack. Yes, he died. Also, if you want to know if something's really brewing, if it's really going down, you would probably see articles about your top general. I'm just thinking. When this just in, China outs top general from elite military body as Purge grows. And that was a good movie. I mean, I wouldn't want to be outside. But I'm going to say if it walks like a black swan, if it quacks like a black swan, it's probably going to taste a lot like black swan if you live in North Korea, as China has removed top general from the nation's apex military. Ta-da! So I'm seeing a lot of emails from you guys. Keep them coming. Complete sarcasm, but because a lot of people sell on Amazon. I taught you how to start businesses, trade equities, which I will get to the equities in a second. Because again, market, it's not stable. Retail wants to be very comfortable that it's at the top and when they're all in. What are the probabilities that it's going to go down? But your emails are like, oh, it's so bad. I'm not getting any sales, or not just Amazon. Yes, it is a lot of Amazon. You guys running your own businesses are telling me it's tough right now. I think the tariff gig, which that gig is now up, is probably one of the last nails in the coffin for China. And I know they put on a really pretty face and everything's great. If you do business with them, you know it's empty. People are losing their mind and nothing can go online, as you go to jail and you never come out. And in regards to the tariffs, which China signed, and we have trade and tariff recap, all eyes on 12 o'clock. It's not. It's like working with your kids. I told you to clean your room. I'm going to count to, right, parents. I'm going to count to 10. And then when you're like 7, 8, 9.5, 9 and 3, you're like, right? Because it is in the best interests of these countries to push it. Like, is someone going to take this guy out again? Because I really don't want to pay this thing. But this just in. August 1st, tariffs start ahead. Okay. Wednesday. Also, my take on tariffs, fine, go ahead. And for me, I'm like, okay, how is this going to affect the stock market? Again, just look at the charts. I personally think your biggest disruption to the stock market, actually to your life, is the big, beautiful bill. Now, I love it because of all the tax advantages, but it's the other stuff. The things that really move a market is the debt. Like the last time when they locked you down and the stock market kept falling, and Jerome, it was Jerome at the time. I'm like, Janet, Jerome, no. We had Minucci, Smoochie. Anyways, they're like, I think, yeah, I was right. My brain is signaling Jerome Powell took rates down to 0. Whoop, and market still went down. It wasn't until Janet, scratch that, Minucci, Smoochie. That's New Scott's role. When the bond issuance started going out, that's when it recovered. And I think Ray and I might be on the same page as, he's a billionaire. Got me beat. But he warns of, quote, big, painful disruptions after Congress passes the spending bill. Bridgewater founder warns economic consequences unless the deficit reduced from 7% to 3% of GDP. I wouldn't be holding your breath. And actually, Fox is now calling him the town crier. I kid you not. Listen. They're saying this billionaire's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Obsessed. Well, let's listen.
Coming the town crier, warning that the U.S. could go broke. Ray's back with us on why we should fret the debt. 3 months ago, Ray, you said that we were about 3 years away from the U.S. going broke. A lot has changed since then. Obviously, what's going on in Israel and Iran, but the tariffs, Liberation Day, the market spasms from that, and Moody's downgraded the U.S. debt. They were the third of the ratings agencies to do so. So how close are we now, if not 3 years away?
Well, it really depends on how we're going to deal with this.
Hey, let me just go ahead and stop this short. How are we going to deal with it? Just like how we always do. As we just crossed over 37 trillion and then 40 trillion, and we were just at 20 trillion. Do you know what, Ray? Like us, I don't care. How digits go up? Should I say how digits go down? As private credit's $1 trillion boom is fueling warning of a hidden financial. I would say so. So we have a red banner above my head. I can tell you whatever that red banner was, I can click on it and I can go to the chart and I can tell you that the chart's already predicted what the news is going to say. I think I saw Tesla. I just don't want to rewind it. But you want to know why it's down today? Know why? Since it was at the top, you've lost. That does not look like 22%, but 1/4 of all your money in what? Since June? Now my question to you is, how do you guys do that? $1 million. I taught you. This is how you become a millionaire. And then in 30 days, you just lost $250,000. Just by looking at this chart right here, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Just in case you want to learn everything that I say, it's all in the course. Link. Oh wow, 2 hours and 44 minutes. I'm giving away my bear market course also when the market goes down, included in this for $299. You can see it's the beginner's guide. $1 million. Unless you're a dum-dum and you're like, oh, I just lost $250,000. Why didn't I know this? Well, let me count the ways, Dan. Here, watch. Number 1. I have a Head and Shoulders that is currently playing out. Once it goes all the way, well, almost, yeah, you hit it. Okay, there's 1. Isn't that nice? It was like, this is what's going to happen. All right, so that's the first one. The second one, how many did I count? You had a swing up, okay? Then you had 1 candle close underneath the Bravo 9. That's 2. What does that mean? That means we're going to travel in that direction until we get a candle above, which no candle. There is 2. Number 3. This is a trend line that you broke. That's also going to be called resistance. Yes, all of this is in the course. The trend is your friend until the end. Which one am I at? How about, let's see, the 9. How about the 200-day moving average? Under that, and why don't I open up Prime Oscillator Pro? Let me change it to MVP. Right here. And I'll draw a vertical line after it crosses. It's in between those two, right? Here, whatever. It was a 50-50. Either way I was looking at it. 1 candle close below the Bravo 9. That's 5 reasons why you should short this. And I know you might be a fanboy or a fangirl of Tesla or Elon Musk. I don't care. And I've actually used Tesla in every single one of my courses, and I nailed it. Why is this? Because I let it all add up, and I go, I'm going to short this, or I'm going to buy this, but I'm not going to fall in love with this. Something that is very important in trading is do not fall in love with your asset. If it's your wife or your kids, then it's fine. From my knowledge, those are liabilities. With that, I love you guys. And guess what? I'll see you tomorrow.